Cross-channel people smugglers, so criminals who profit from human misery, have stooped to a new low. They're now offering discounts to migrants who film their perilous channel crossings and post them on social media. I'm Miriam Cates and this is GBN Originals. Yes, you heard that right. Human traffickers are turning a dangerous, illegal journey into a twisted marketing campaign. The National Crime Agency has revealed that migrants are being encouraged to film their journeys across the channel and post them on TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram and Facebook. Why? To lure more people into making the same treacherous trip. It's a terrifying cycle of exploitation and it's happening right under our noses. The cost of a channel crossing typically ranges from £1,500 to £6,000. But if you're willing to film your own treacherous small boat journey, you could save anywhere between £1,000 and £2,000. That's right, folks, risk your life for a bargain. But wait, it gets worse. These aren't just amateur videos we're talking about. No, these smugglers are getting crafty. They're creating slick, professional-looking adverts, complete with joyous music and rosy depictions of British life. It's propaganda, pure and simple, designed to paint a false picture of safety and prosperity. Now let's put this in context. Since the start of this year, over 4,300 people have made the crossing to the UK. That's a 20% increase compared to the same period last year. And just a few days ago, on March the 10th, we saw another 150 migrants arrive in Dover in a single morning. The numbers are staggering and they're only going up. But here's the kicker. While these TikToking migrants are risking their lives for a discount, real tragedies are unfolding in the Channel. Just yesterday, a migrant died after being pulled from the water when their dinghy got into difficulty off the French coast. And let's not forget the poor soul who tried to cross the Channel on a tyre in a tube and ended up in cardiac arrest. These aren't just statistics, they're human lives being lost in pursuit of a dream sold to them by criminal gangs.
Us blokes hate talking about a little thinning up top and many of us settle with that balding look, but that wasn't for me and that's why I went to Elite Hair, the world's leading hair loss clinic, and now I've had over 4,000 new hairs added to this barnet and very soon I'm going to be rocking some brand new flowing locks. And you can too! So how does it work? Step 1, I sent the team a set of photos of my head. Step 2, I then spoke to one of the Elite Hair staff who looked through my photo submissions and worked out a treatment plan for me. Step 3, Elite Hair then organised accommodation and the treatment. I was at their state-of-the-art treatment centre in Istanbul and their incredibly kind staff took me through the process, and before I knew it I was in surgery. Elite Hair and their leading medical experts have specialised in pain-free treatments using the sleep deep method, and they really mean that. I felt incredibly relaxed the whole time and I haven't felt any pain since. Check out Elite Hair using the link in the description. When you do, Elite Hair will provide you with a free personalised hair analysis. Then you'll join over 100,000 happy patients. Hit that link and start your hair growth journey like I did today!
So what's our government doing about all this? Well, our Prime Minister, Sir Keir Starmer, promised to smash the gangs and cut illegal migration. The new government has certainly overseen an increase in deportations. But 8 months into his tenure, the number of people arriving illegally here in the UK are higher than ever. Let's look at the facts. In just over a week, at the beginning of this month, a staggering 2,000 small boat migrants crossed the Channel illegally. That's half the total number of crossing for the entire year so far. And on March the 2nd, we saw the biggest single day of arrivals this year, with over 500 migrants crossing in just one day. Now remember, Sir Keir Starmer scrapped the Conservatives' Rwanda scheme on his first day in office. He called it a gimmick, and instead introduced a new border security command. But how is that working out? Well, sadly, the numbers speak for themselves. Now, I do understand that these people are desperate, many are fleeing terrible conditions, but there are legal ways to seek asylum. What these smugglers are doing is not only illegal, it's downright dangerous. They're exploiting vulnerable people, putting lives at risk, and undermining our border security, all for a quick profit. And let's be clear, these smugglers don't care one bit about the welfare of the migrants they're transporting. As one Home Office spokesman put it, the people smuggling gangs do not care if the vulnerable people they exploit live or die, as long as they pay. So what's the solution? Well, it's clear that Starmer's smash the gangs policy isn't cutting it. We need a real deterrent, something that will make these crossings not worth the risk. The previous government's Rwanda policy might not have been perfect, but at least it was an attempt to tackle the problem head on. So instead, what do we have? Well, we have a border security command that seems very ineffective. We're throwing millions of pounds at the new force, and what for? To watch the numbers climb higher and higher. And let's not forget the strain this is putting on our resources. As of last year, the cost of housing migrants in hotels has soared to over £4.2 million a day. That's taxpayer money, folks, your money and mine, being spent on accommodating people who have entered our country illegally. But perhaps the most galling aspect of all this is the way these crossings are being glamorised on social media. These videos with their upbeat music and glossy filters are painting a false picture of what is, in reality, an extremely dangerous journey. They're luring more people into the clutches of these criminal gangs, perpetuating a cycle of exploitation and risk. So what can we do? Well, for starters, we need to put pressure on social media companies to crack down on these videos. Since the Online Safety Act came into force, videos advertising illegal immigration have been prohibited, and the National Crime Agency has taken down thousands of accounts promoting these crossings. But really, it's a drop in the ocean. We need a concerted effort to stamp out this dangerous propaganda. Secondly, we need to see real action from our government, not just tough talk or new committees, but concrete measures to deter these crossings and break up the smuggling gangs. And yes, that might mean revisiting policies that some find controversial. But if it saves lives and secures our borders, isn't it worth considering? And finally, we need to have an honest conversation about immigration in this country. We can't keep burying our heads in the sand and hoping the problem will go away. We need a fair, firm and transparent system that allows for limited legal immigration while cracking down hard on those who seek to exploit and endanger vulnerable people. Because let's be clear, every time one of these boats sets off from the French coast, lives are at risk. Every time a migrant pays a smuggler for passage, they're funding criminal enterprises. And every time one of these TikTok videos goes viral, more people are being lured into danger. This isn't just about numbers or politics, it's about human lives. It's about the security of our nation, and it's about standing up to the criminals who profit from human misery. So how much longer are we going to let this go on? How many more lives need to be lost before we take real action? It's time to say enough is enough. It's time to take back control of our borders, crack down on these criminal gangs, and put an end to this dangerous farce once and for all. This is Miriam Cates for GBN Originals, reminding you that sometimes the most important stories are the ones that make us uncomfortable. Don't forget to hit subscribe to the GB News YouTube channel.
At GB News, we believe in the power of free speech. We're not afraid to ask the tough questions, challenge the status quo, and give you a voice. While others silence dissent, we champion the truth. By becoming a GB News member, you're not just supporting free speech, you're defending it. Please consider supporting us today. Together, we'll hold the powerful to account and make sure that your voice is always heard. Simply go to gbnews.com/support and stand with us for what matters most.